If you click this video, I know right now you probably feel like everything in your life is going wrong. You feel like you hit rock bottom, your bank account isn't reflecting what you want, you hate your current situation, you feel stuck, and you feel like giving up. I promise you, you're okay. I see you and you don't know it, but this is the biggest change of your life. Something big is on the other side of this low moment that you feel like is breaking you. You are about to hit a huge breakthrough, and I'm about to tell you exactly how. 6 months ago, I literally was in your same position. First, it started off with I started my Airbnb business process, and I was getting all these doors slammed in my face. My business wasn't up and running, I didn't have the funding, and I felt like giving up because every single landlord was saying no. Every funding application wasn't going through, and I'm like, crap, like I'm gonna have to work my 9 to 5. I hate my job. I don't like this paycheck. I hate this toxic work environment where everybody's talking about themselves. And y'all, I had a moment where I just cried. I literally was on the way to work with my man and I was crying. I didn't want to go in. And right after, like literally, I guarantee you, 2 days after that, I got my first yes. And that's when I got my first Airbnb property. So that was the first experience I had when I was at the lowest in my life. The second time this happened to me was once I had my Airbnb property, I decided to quit my 9 to 5 and go all in and commit to my dreams. During the same time, my partner was also building a business and bills were behind, rent was due, all these collections were calling me, and I felt so low. I didn't know what to do. Everybody was doubting me. I had told everybody that I quit my job, and I felt like, fuck, did I make the wrong decision? What's going on? Right after that, I had another moment where I literally cried and I surrendered to God. Like I just got on my knees, y'all, and I just started, I didn't even pray. You know those moments where you just get on your knees and you just cry? I had one of those moments. I was at home alone. My man wasn't there. Nobody was with me, and I just cried. I kid you not. The next day, if not that same week, I got an opportunity to start a whole nother stream of income, and my mentor helped me, and I had all the resources to do so. So I say all this to tell you that if you're in this moment right now, when you feel like everything is hitting rock bottom, you feel like, God, why is this happening to me? You are about to hit a huge breakthrough. Every time this happens to me, all you need to do is use this as a moment to pivot. And I'm going to tell you exactly what changed for me. And since I had those two experiences, that's why I view this different. Like, I know you're going to be okay. I see you, and I promise we're going to be good. So first, I want to talk to you about why everything that's going wrong in your life right now is actually alignment. Because the first thing I want you to realize is whatever's going wrong is not the end of the world. Whether it's something with your job, whether it's the bills are piling up, you're not going to be homeless. You're not going to die. It's not an illness. It's not going to kill you. It is okay. But why is this alignment? Because God puts his toughest battles, and whether or not you're religious, the higher power, whatever you believe in, God, the universe, they put their toughest battles on their strongest soldiers. I'm a firm believer of that, and also everything happens for a reason. So no matter what you're going through, I don't care how bad it is. Somebody out there is going through something worse, one. Two, you're going to make it through this, and on the other side of this is something you can't even imagine. Because if you just get through this one tough battle, think about it. Every time you go through something tough, the results and the rewards are bigger than you can imagine. So if you get through this one tough thing, then the outside of that is going to be something large. Because I want you to think about this. I'm going to say this statement and I want it to sit with you. The universe doesn't punish you with bad things. It removes what's not meant for you to make space for what is. Sorry, y'all, I couldn't read my own handwriting, but I'm gonna say it again. The universe does not punish you with bad things. It removes what's not meant for you to make space for what is. So I want to put this into perspective for you. Whether you feel like you're feeling stuck at your job, you feel like you're in a toxic work environment like me, or the bills are piling up. All of these things are making space for what's new to come. So in my instance, when I was working my 9 to 5 and I felt like all these Airbnb properties were telling me no, all these landlords were telling me no, that wasn't bad in my case. That was removing things that weren't for me. I may have gotten to those properties and then I would have ended up losing money, or the landlord would have been negative, or who knows what it was. But God in the universe is always keeping you from something for your better good. It's always for the right thing. It's never with you not to help you in the long run. So just like that phrase says, it's just removing what's not meant for you. Just like I quit my job. My plan A was to go all in on my business. Plan B was to go all in on my business. But the plan that wasn't there was to keep working my 9 to 5. So although that was hard and that put me in the toughest predicament of my life, like that was a few weeks where I felt so low. I had to surrender to God and I had to just have faith. That allowed me to grow my faith. And I encourage you right now to grow your faith, whether that's in God, whether that's in the universe and God. I believe in the universe and God. So this moment you're going through right now is literally because the universe and God is telling you, have faith, have faith, have faith. Because for me, it removed that 9 to 5, and what did it give me? Multiple streams of income that allowed me to make more money than I've ever touched in my life. Like, this is something that if I didn't quit my 9 to 5, I wouldn't have the time to do. I wouldn't have the bandwidth to do, and I wouldn't have the knowledge to do, because I wouldn't be able to with working a 9 to 5. So I say that to give you hope. So I don't care what it is. And I'll give you another instance. My friend was telling me about her mom gave her like a couple of days or a month or something to get out. Like, she's going to kick her out. She said she has to get an apartment on her own. I told her, I said, girl, you've been wanting to move out. So instead of looking at it like, oh, I have this deadline, oh, this terrible thing happened to me, look at it as, what can I learn from this? What is this teaching me? Not I'm a failure, not I'm a victim, because I had to stop playing the victim in my life and realize that everything happens for a reason, and everything isn't happening to me. It's not about how it happens, it's about how you react to it. Because no, you can't control what happens. I controlled me quitting my 9 to 5 100%. But say it's an instance like all these landlords are telling you, no, your job is a toxic environment. Your mom tells you got to be out in 30 days. You might not be able to control that, but you can control how you react to it. And that's what I'm saying. Everything happens for a reason. So this is alignment, because you get to decide. I'm going to reframe the way I'm thinking about this, and I'm not going to think, why me? Why is this happening to me? Instead, I'm going to think about, how is this teaching me? What am I learning from this? How is this going to make me better? How can I grow my faith and my relationship with God and the universe to start thinking about the positives? Don't think about the negatives of the situation. I don't care if bills are piling up and they're due. Think about, okay, they're piling up and they're due, but what am I learning right now? I'm learning to manage my finances. I'm learning that I'm never going to be in this position again. I'm learning to, no matter what, I'm going to be creative and figure out a way to create more income for myself. You have to look at everything like that when you're at this lowest point, because focusing on you being in the lowest point and focusing on how you're the victim, why me, that's going to do nothing but keep your mood down, and that keeps you on a low frequency. And the reality is, if you want to get out of this, you can't be in a low frequency. Like, you literally have to positively lie to yourself, fake it till you make it, your way out of this. And that is when God and the universe will hand you everything on a silver platter. I promise you it will. And so next, that's the first thing I want you to realize, is that everything going wrong is alignment. I promise you, every closed door is opening a larger door. Even if you get fired, like, somebody in my life just got fired from their job, and I was telling them, I'm like, I promise you, this is huge. Like, on the side of you getting fired, you didn't like that job anyway. You weren't getting paid what you wanted. So think about this. Now you have the ability to apply for something else that you actually want to do, that's going to pay you what you're worth, or start a business, because now you have nothing but time. Like, you have to see the gratitude and the positive outcome in everything, and that's when it's going to change for you. Now, the second thing is, I just talked a little bit about it, but gratitude, the gratitude shift is what changes everything. So just like I gave that example about the person I know that got fired from their job, think about being grateful for whatever. I don't care if you get into a car accident. I don't care how bad the situation is. You need to find something to be grateful for, because just like I said in the beginning, there's always someone out there going through something 10 times worse as you, and it could always be worse. And it doesn't even matter if they're going through something worse than you. I encourage them to be grateful. Like, I wouldn't care if you're poor right now and you're sleeping on a bench. Be grateful you have that bench to lay your head on, because somebody is laying on the concrete with no blanket. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be grateful for everything. And that sounds easier said than done. That sounds above the surface. And you may be thinking easy for you to say, but it's not easy for me to say. Because I literally got to Miami and quantum leaped here, like used manifestation and being grateful to get to Miami with like little to nothing. Why? But because I was grateful for where I was. So if you're low right now, whatever you're going through, I challenge you to be grateful for exactly where you are. So I'll give more examples. Like, for example, for me, when I was in my job, and in the moment, this first time where I hit rock bottom, I wasn't in gratitude. I wasn't in gratitude either times. That's why I'm telling you this, so that things can start happening for you quickly to me, because I wasted so much time and I wasted so much potential for myself. And honestly, just just wasted days of feeling like crap and feeling like a victim because I wasn't on this gratitude frequency. So I'm telling you this to save you those days and just to increase your mood, because why would you want to go every day feeling sad, feeling like shit, right? I wouldn't want to. So that's why I'm telling you this. So what you can do, for my example, when I first, and I realized all this after that, and like now I'm grateful. I'm grateful for everything that happened to me. It doesn't matter how bad it is. So when I realized, when I was in my job and I didn't like the toxic work environment, although I was sad that day, and the day before I got my first yes, I was crying because I didn't want to go to work and I was tired of working. I am grateful for all of the skills I learned during that job. I'm grateful for even getting that job because that is what allowed me to move out of my hometown. Without that job, I would have been in my hometown of Omaha, Nebraska, and I never would have relocated to Nashville, where I then found a property to start my Airbnb business because it was such a booming market. You see what I'm saying? So although I didn't like my job, I didn't like what I was getting paid, I figured out now that I needed to be grateful for that season of my life because that's what prepared me. That season of being a corporate worker, because prior to then in college, I thought I wanted this life of working my way up on the corporate ladder, starting with 60K a year, then working my way up to 70, 80, 100K a year. That experience showed me that, one, I do not want this life. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful it showed me what I don't want to live. And I'm grateful that it forced me to seek opportunities outside of that and to become an entrepreneur, because if it wasn't for that experience, I don't know if I would have chose entrepreneurship. So that's how I became grateful. How did I become grateful? When I finally quit my job and I literally had $0 in my bank account. I only had my one Airbnb business, but that money wasn't money I could spend. That money was going reinvested into the business. So that technically wasn't income for me, but that was income that was going to my business, so it was fine. So technically, I didn't have any money to live off of. How did I shift this to gratitude? Because during this time of being unemployed and just full-time entrepreneurship, I had nothing but time on my hands. And so this forced me to not only learn how to manage my time and create things for myself, but it forced me to go out there and learn skills that I never would have learned if I stayed in my 9 to 5. It forced me to be creative. It allowed me to be creative, not forced me. So I'm grateful that I had the time to be creative, because the reality is I could have stayed in my 9 to 5, but it would have kept me from creativity, because this time allowed me to literally focus on myself, to learn what I like to do, to get back in the gym, to get back on my habits, to literally build habits to where I was journaling gym every single day and increase my frequency and increase my mood. So no, physically, I didn't have $100,000 in my bank account, but the way that I felt, you would think I was making 100K, because I felt so amazing because I was dedicating time to myself. And so I'm grateful for that time because I was allowed to dedicate more time to myself. Not even that, but I was grateful because literally, so I said I learned skills, I had time to myself, and it allowed me to start a whole nother stream of income. And this is something that's huge. And I wouldn't have been able to start that outside of my other job. I had my Airbnb business, but then I had the creativity and I felt the inspiration to start teaching people, to start posting. This whole thing, me on here, I would not have been doing if I would have stayed in my 9 to 5. So I am grateful for that time when I quit my job and allowed myself to be vulnerable and just learn and just basically just have faith in the process, because that's when I started feeling inspiration, and God and the universe started putting ideas in my head, started making me get resources, people, opportunities started popping up because I had faith. And that leads me to the last thing of gratitude, which is faith. This process allowed me to be grateful because it forced me to have faith. And I challenge you to start growing your faith, whether that's praying, whether that's journaling, whether that's visualization, whatever it is. This forces you to grow your faith. So right now, as you're watching this video, if you need to pause it and close your eyes and really feel it, do that. But I want you to be grounded and just say thank you and just surrender. Because the reality is, when life gets so low, you can't do nothing. Like, there's stuff you can't control. So you have no choice but to leave it up to God, leave it up to the universe. So why not leave it up to God and be grateful and be happy about it? I mean, like, why not? Like, why be sad if you can control not being sad? You see what I'm saying? So like I said, it forced me to grow my faith, because before this, I would pray here and there, but I was praying every single day. And now I make it apparent. Sometimes I fall off. Nobody's perfect, but I make it apparent, a part of my routine. I pray every single morning. And when I was praying, I wasn't asking for anything. Like, there was times, but this is what I had to learn too. When I pray, I'm not asking for nothing. I'm thanking God. There was times, like I said, when I was surrendering and I was crying, when I had the lowest point. I literally have a video of me crying because this was the lowest point in my life. Like, I couldn't even talk to nobody on the phone. I told all my friends, like, I just need to shut off. It was low. And I prayed to God, and I just was crying, like nothing was coming out, but God knows what's in my mind. And that's when I just surrendered. And one of the things that I said during my prayer was just like, God, I trust you. I trust you. You know, like I have my goals. I know what I want for my life. And honestly, I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. I don't know if the bills are gonna be paid. I don't know. We don't even, it's not guaranteed we'll wake up tomorrow, but I trust in you, God. So whether you say I trust in you, God, I trust in the universe, just say I trust in you, and have gratitude for where you are right now, and be grateful for what you already have before you have it. So what I mean is your goals, because right now you're feeling really low, so I need you to only focus on what's in the future. You can't focus on how you feel right now and what's going on in your life, because that's going to just grow and you're going to stay stuck. Instead, if you hate your job, if you feel so low, you feel so financially broke, if you're about to get kicked out of your home, focus on you in that new apartment. Focus on you in that dream job. Focus on you in your dream business. Focus on what your bank account is going to look like when you make that money. That's what's going to change everything for you. So for me, I wasn't doing this until later. Like I had these streams of income popping up, thankfully, because God just got me like that. And that's the same thing that's going to happen to you when you just surrender and say, God, I trust you. God just hands you things, and you have to grab those opportunities, and you have to be uncomfortable and grow. But what you can do is focus on the future and focus on being happy. And so when you're saying you're grateful for where you are, because you're grateful that you can grow your relationship with God, you're grateful you can grow your relationship with the universe, you're grateful you can build these habits. Not only that, but then like I said, be grateful for the goals that you want. So I'm grateful that I already make 10K a month. I'm grateful that I quit my job and I'm a millionaire. I'm grateful that I retired my mom. Be grateful for these things before they even come. And I talked about this in another video because it's so huge. And this is so big for you while you're feeling low, because this is going to help your mood. And whatever you need to do to help you feel grateful, whether that's listen to motivational speeches, whether that's listening to a song that makes you feel good. Like this is something that changed me. Listen to a song that literally makes you, everybody has that song that makes them visualize. Listen to a song that when you listen to it, you imagine yourself on a beach, or like you imagine yourself doing the dream thing, living your dream life, driving your dream car. Listen to that song and just vibe, like, and get on that frequency and stay there. Even if you're sad and you're crying, listen to that and stay in that feeling, and I promise you everything will change. So that's the most important thing. If you take nothing from this video, I want you to be grateful for the moment you're in right now, because it's building you, it's shaping you. And because the reality is, everybody doesn't go through this low point. Some people go through it and they just put it past. But if you're aware, you click this video, you're aware that this is the lowest point right now, you feel so low, you never felt like this. If you're aware of that, then just know that awareness alone is huge. And you should be aware that you're about to hit like a huge milestone in your life. Like your life's about to change if you just shift and be grateful and just really take this process to lock in and really get intentional with yourself and use it to your advantage. I promise you something big is coming. And now that leads me to the last thing. This is the sign that something big is about to happen. I don't know the science behind this, but just think about it. Like I said, God doesn't put his toughest battles on, he only puts those on his strongest soldiers. So there's so many people who want to start a business, and because in my instance, this is why I talk about starting a business or starting your personal branding journey. So many people want to do this, but they're never put in a position where their back is against the wall. Like it's literally proven. I don't know a statistic, you can go look one up, but I definitely know for a fact, when your back's against the wall and all odds are out and you have like no choice but to do it, like literally, like it's either I do this or I do this, you're gonna get it done. Like you're gonna get it done because you have that urgency, you have that need, you like, I got bills to pay, I'm gonna get it done. And not even that, but you can't focus on what's outstanding. So don't focus on you have bills to pay, but it's the fact that you, like, since you know that, okay, I have no job right now, or you know that, okay, I hate my job right now. Like if I stay here, my mental health is gonna be terrible. You know that, okay, my mom gave me 30 days and then I have to be gone. You know that. So literally, something big is about to happen, because it's either this or this. There's no plan A, there's no plan B. And the reality is, if people that have a plan B, they're just planning to fail. So you got to make it in your mind that this happened for a reason. Whatever I'm going through right now, it happened for a reason. I'm going to make it through this. Something big is about to happen to me, and I'm grateful for this opportunity. I am grateful for this moment that I'm in, no matter what. Like I'm telling you guys, it doesn't matter what could be going on in your life. I just want you to be grateful for it. No matter how bad, no matter how ugly, no matter how brutal, be grateful for it. And I gotta make sure I hit everything for you, because I took notes and I want you guys to know it. Like, literally. Because the beautiful thing is, like I told you guys, before my biggest breakthroughs, I broke down. Like, I was crying. And I can tell my boyfriend, there's multiple people that will attest to this, I break down and then I have a huge moment. And I'm telling you, God and the universe just shows up exactly when we need to. Like, there was a time when our landlord gave us an eviction notice, and I just happened to make that exact amount from different sources. Some of my mentees paid me back, some people sent me a payment, I made a new sale, and it was the exact amount that I needed to not get evicted. That doesn't just come from just me being moping around and being a victim. No, that comes from me being grateful and me not being a victim, and no matter what, pushing through and seeing that everything happens for a reason. And I don't know how. You don't have to know how, but just know it's going to get better for you. You don't have to know how. You just have to know where you're going. So I want you to focus on your dream, focus on your goal, not where you are right now, because what you focus on grows. So focus on your growth, and everything is going to go on. So everything that is falling apart, everything that you think is going on, even if a relationship ended, you got to realize that your life is letting all that old stuff go, because something way better, something newer is about to come in. Your life is literally reorganizing itself for you, okay? The breakdown is making space for the breakthrough, and you're about to hit that. So like I said, y'all, I quantum leaped to Miami during chaos. And if I can do that, then so can you. Like, bills were outstanding. I had to ask for some money. I had to borrow some money. And literally everything just worked out as it did. I don't know how, but it just worked out. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, your situation isn't that bad. Somebody's always going through something worse than you. And as long as you see the light through it, something will happen. So I just want you to know that if you're in a mess right now, then that's good. That's good, because some people don't experience this either. Like, there's people who literally go through life having everything perfect handed to them. They never experience failure. They never experience hardship. And when they get to real life, they start to build a business. They're like, fuck, like they're like a kid who, like, I don't know, like, you know that everybody knows that kid who basically, like, they never went out or anything, so then they get to college and they're like a loose chicken. Like, that's how it is. If you never experienced a failure, when you start that business, you're not going to be prepared. But this moment is preparing you for bigger things in the future. So now everything's going to be light work. You're going to go through everything else in life like, I got this. I went through this worst time, and now I know I can do anything. So I want you to just know, whatever you're feeling called to right now, tap into that. Tap into your creativity. Tap into gratitude. Here's some things that you can do to start building that up. Start journaling, go on walks, start going to the gym, and just focus on doing things that make you feel good. It doesn't matter how bad it is. Only staying in a frequency that makes you feel bad is only making things worse for you. Not only is it making it worse for you, but the people around you, they feel that, and that's not fair to nobody. So only do things that make you feel good, and only focus on where you want to go, not where you are. And that's how you're going to get out of this. And that's how you're going to continue to feel good every single day. Trust me, I promise you will. So now, since we're at the end of this, I want you guys to drop a comment for me telling me what you're grateful for today. Because like I said, I don't care how bad it is. You're grateful for something, everybody is. So drop a comment telling me what you're grateful for today. And even if it feels hard, even if you're like, Ayana, I'm not grateful for nothing, I really want you to sit there and think there's something you're grateful for. You have a family, you have a sister, you have a mom, you have a brother, you have a phone that you can watch this on, you have legs, you have eyes, you have ears where you can hear me talking. There is something in your life to be grateful for, I promise, okay? So I want you to drop in the comments below what you're grateful for, and I will see you guys on the next video. And if nobody believes in you, I do. You got this. Stay in gratitude, and I'll see you next time.